I know you're probably sick and tired of hearing about Kyrgyzstan day in, day out, but just bear with me, because their future national stadium is worth talking about. But let us first take a look at where the Kyrgyz national football team currently plays. When you lay your eyes on Dolan Omerzakov Stadium, you can immediately understand why a new one is under construction. This has got to be the most lackluster national stadium in all of Central Asia. It's a remnant of the Soviet days that doesn't look cool, like some of the brutalist buildings from that era. Bishkek Arena is currently being built on the outskirts of the nation's capital, Bishkek. Something special about Bishkek is that if you repeat the name over and over, it sounds like you're beatboxing really, really badly. Like not even primary school level. Anyway, can you stop that?
I was a bad motherfucker when I was young. The humble streets of Bishkek is where I'm from. Bilingual, ready to mingle. One time I nearly choked on a Pringle.
Thanks. The design of the stadium is inspired by traditional Kyrgyz architecture, which essentially comes down to yurts, as the Kyrgyz were traditionally a nomadic people that were made to stay put when the Russians arrived. Kinda like what happened in Australia, but with more yurts. And yeah, I suppose this does look like one big red yurt, adorned with traditional Kyrgyz patterns. I rather like it. In particular, the eye-catching metallic red frame that surrounds the building. They don't seem to have made up their mind on whether that will extend over the field itself or not. You'd think it would create an annoying shadow during day games, but it'll certainly be unique. This project is expected to cost $60 million, which is actually very cheap. Not for a yurt, but for a stadium of this size. Obviously, the wage of a builder in a country with a GDP per capita of just $3,000 or so is not going to be very high, and most of the builders are locals. Still, one could argue that the government has better things to spend money on. A lack of wheelchair accessibility was something I noticed, but on the flip side, you could argue that it boosts the collective morale of the country to have such a big red yurt in their backyard.
That'll show those goddamn Uzbeks.
I shouldn't make light of that, there's actually been a lot of ethnic tensions in recent years. Anyway, the stadium is getting built, and if you do happen to visit when it's done, you'll almost certainly see these old ladies outside selling a couple of different drinks from a cooler. Ask for some Maxim, which is a slightly sweet, slightly sour, grainy, as in a taste of grains, a bit like beer but non-alcoholic, and very thick, like they just blended some bread and water together. I made it sound kinda nasty, but it's pretty good actually. However, just like the stadium itself, I'm sure a lot of people would find it unpalatable. And that's it for today's video. Are you now a Kyrgyzstan? If so, please subscribe for all the latest Kyrgyzstan news and gossip.
Thanks for watching. Have a good one.